Will Skyrim on the Switch be based on the original game which came out in 2011, I do believe, or will it be based on the remastered version which came out last year on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC? I felt like this was sort of a question which was knocking about after the Switch presentation, but a lot of people dismissed this whole sort of dilemma that is knocking about. A lot of people have said that, yeah, it's the remastered version. But a recent comment from Todd Howard, pretty much he said he can't say whether Skyrim on the Switch will be based on the original game or based on the remastered version. For me, that has just brought up that whole debate, up again pretty much. I don't feel like it is dead and buried. I don't feel like you can say one way or another that it's the original version or the remastered version. Having said that, however, I feel like if Skyrim on the Switch was based on the remastered version, I feel like they would have already come out and confirmed this piece of information. I already thought it was confirmed just because people told me that it was based on the remastered version. So I automatically thought that the Switch would be getting the remastered Skyrim and not the original Skyrim, but maybe we will have a situation kind of similar to FIFA on the Switch, where there were rumours knocking about that FIFA on the Switch will be based on the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions. Since that rumour, Peter Moore has come out and said that FIFA on the Switch will be a custom built FIFA. So maybe the same situation will happen with Skyrim on the Switch. Maybe Skyrim will be based on the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions, but maybe it will be a custom built version of that original game. So maybe they will, sort out some of the bugs, up some of the textures in there, up the resolution. Because I think it's safe to say that the footage that we did see from Skyrim on the Switch, it definitely looked better than the Skyrim that came out on PS3 and Xbox 360, which is why people did think it was the remastered version. But maybe Skyrim on the Switch will be the original version, but it will be a custom built version with that, with better textures, better resolution, less bugs, better frame rate, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I just want to give you my thoughts on that. And to be honest, yeah, I feel like this is sort of similar to the Mass Effect situation that we had on the Wii U, where the Wii U got Mass Effect 3 and the other consoles around about the same time they got the whole trilogy. I kind of feel like it is similar to that because, obviously the consoles last year, they got the remastered version. Would people really want to pick up a game based on the original version, which, is probably has less textures, less resolution than a version that came out the year before? I really don't feel like Skyrim on the Switch will sell well. I know you got the whole fact that you can play Skyrim on the go, but I don't know whether that will be that appealing to people that did play the Skyrim remastered version last year. It's like this version is already coming out. It's like we don't even know a specific date yet, but it's definitely not coming anytime soon. It could come out like a year after when the PS4 and Xbox One got the Skyrim remastered version. And if the Switch just got, Skyrim and it was based on the original game that came out on the PS3 and Xbox 360, I don't know, I just don't feel like that is good enough. Even if it was a custom built version of the original game, I still feel like that isn't appealing enough for customers. I feel like people will just say, what is the point in me picking up this game when you got the remastered version which came out last year, which is a better version of what is coming out on the Switch this year, and plus it's cheaper. So I just don't feel like Skyrim on the Switch will sell that well, and I feel like Todd Howard, around about a couple of months after when Skyrim comes out, I feel like he will turn around and say, yeah, that's it, we're done, Bethesda are done, Nintendo fans, they don't want to buy our games. I just got that feeling that Bethesda will just turn around and say that sort of thing. So I am disappointed in this. To be completely honest, I don't think I will pick up Skyrim on the Switch. It's just another why. It's like another reason why I feel like third parties, they need to make more of an effort. It's like I said, this ain't good enough. Like if this was just the original game, like the original game came out in like 2011, around about that time. And like I said, you got the remastered version which came out last year. Why couldn't the Switch just get like a version based on the remastered version? So yeah, it's just up in the air at this moment in time. And like I said at the start, the fact that Todd Howard said that he couldn't say whether it was the original version or remastered version, for me, that suggests that he is hiding something, and I think that something is the fact that Skyrim on the Switch is not going to be the remastered version, it's going to be closer to the original version. I'd just like to see third parties make more of an effort for Nintendo fans. I've said this before on my channel. I feel like with these third parties, they should treat Nintendo customers exactly how they treat their PS4 and their Xbox One customers, because I don't feel like it is fair that these companies are coming out with different versions of their games, and then they expect the fan base to pay full price for a lesser product. And that is something which is true like from Wii U and Wii. It looks like it will be the same with the Switch. Maybe they will come out with lesser versions compared to the PS4 and Xbox One versions. And obviously, it's down to the power of the Switch. But yeah, it's just disappointing that the Switch will be getting a Skyrim game, if I can flip and speak, which is based on a game that came out like 6 years ago, and not on the remastered version which came out last year. It's just not appealing for Nintendo fans, and like a lot of Nintendo fans own multiple systems anyway, so people will just end up picking up Skyrim on the PS4 and Xbox One instead. And that I'm talking about Switch owners there. Obviously, you got a lot of people on the PS4 and Xbox One which won't pick up the Switch, but for Switch owners that do own multiple consoles, it's not really appealing to choose the Switch version over the others, because it is coming out a year later, and it will be coming full price, and it might be a lesser sort of version than the remastered version which came out last year. So that's just my thoughts. I didn't realise this video would go on for this long, but just my thoughts on the whole Skyrim situation. I think Bethesda will pull out. I don't think Skyrim will sell that well, and I feel like this will be the only Bethesda game that we will get on the Switch. So that's just how I see things panning out. Let me know your thoughts about this whole Skyrim situation in the comment section below. Do you think it is the original version? Do you think it is the remastered version? Do you think it is something in between? Maybe it's based on the original version, but maybe it is a custom built version of that. And do you think that is appealing? Do you think the Switch version will be appealing? I know you got the portability factor, and that could be appealing, but do you think the other stuff will play its part on how well Skyrim could sell on the Switch? So that is it, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.